that we have set up a team planner, it's time to see how this really works. So to revisit our last step from the first video, in order to actually type in an area, I have to first check out that entry. So if you'll notice at this moment, I'm able to type here because a few seconds before I started this video, I had already checked out this entry. But if I come down to my math, I'm trying, it's just doing weird stuff. It's because I haven't checked out my math entry yet. So to get started on planning any certain lesson, I first have to click this icon here that looks like a little pencil over a calendar. It'll ask me if I'm sure I want to check it out. Say okay. It'll kind of refresh the screen. And at this point, I am now able to type in my plans. At this moment, I'm going to use this just like I do my individual planner. I can come over to my first 6 weeks, let's say, look at the standards I'm responsible for this unit. As a team, we've decided that we're really going to focus on creating sets of tens and ones using concrete objects to describe, compare, and order whole numbers. I can still use my checklist items just like in my individual planner. When I close it, it's still going to capture those items there for me. And in my white space of my procedure here, I can plan however I plan. Some of us get really detailed and type paragraphs, explain every little step. Some of us think more in bulleted lists. However your team is used to planning and the level of depth that you reach in your plans, you can go with that here, but make the white space yours. Now for accommodations, modifications, and extensions, there will be some degree to which we can plan those together. We can anticipate for these kinds of kids with these kinds of learning needs, what could we do? But as we get to the real individual student need, this might be a space that we save for our individual planner. It might not be something that we're doing in the team planner together. Same goes with notes. We may have notes that we want to put there so that each member of our team have full understanding of this lesson. But it might also be the place that we leave blank in our team planner. That's more for a personal reflection after a lesson. So however those two fit into the types of planning your teams are doing, you may or may not collaborate on those plans. Alright, once I have typed up all of my lesson plans here, to check it back in so that someone else can maybe edit it or view what I've just done, all I have to do is make sure that it's been saved. So one thing, no matter which kind of planner you're in Forethought, to notice is that the save feature happens automatically every few seconds. So you'll notice right now it says I have nothing to save. It's already saved my most recent changes. However, if I type something new, you'll notice my save button goes active again. And if I'm ready to leave before that automatic save hits, I can go ahead and hit save myself. Now my team members can view it. And once I leave this entry, someone else can check it out if they wanted to add to the plans or make any revisions or anything like that. So throughout this planning process, each member of my team, we might talk with one another. We're really collaborating together in this design, but maybe only one of us has to come in and type each one up. So just for the purposes of showing you what happens when we transfer this to our individual, I'm going to just kind of randomly, to be really fast, select some standards and type in some pretend little procedures here, just so you can see what it looks like in a minute. Okay, one thing I want you to notice, I just made the mistake some of us make. I double click in my standard. My first thought is Forethought is broken. What have I not done yet in my ELA box? That's right, I've not yet checked it out. So I need to first check it out to make it where I can actually edit it. I'll see a refresh of the screen when I do that. Now, when I double click a standard, it's going to land there. I can do my checklist items. I'm just going to check a few things for demonstration purposes. Don't take what I'm checking to heart. All right, now to come in, before I leave this entry, I need to save it so that my team can see it. And to get started in this entry, I need to check it out. All right, one thing I want to mention while I'm on this part, in my individual planner, I had an entry while it was tied to ELA Grade 1, I renamed it Reading Workshop. So I'm planning my Reading Workshop lesson in this space. And the second space is really for Writing Workshop, but again, the team planner just doesn't let us change the names of those. I'm going to give you some tips on the advanced video for how to make that easier for you. So look for the next video if that bothers you. Okay, again, I'm just double clicking random things for demonstration purposes so I can show you guys how to copy to your own planners. Again, I can type what I need to type in my procedures area. Before I leave an entry, I want to make sure it's been saved. I have 2 more entries to plan each time. I'm going to have to click in the box, let that course load, check it out. Before I'm really ready, I'll see a refresh of the screen. That's how I know I've checked it out. Now I'm to where I can double click standards in. Again, I'm just picking random things on the checklist to demo for you. I can type here. I want to save before I leave that entry. Come into my last entry. I want to check it out. Wait for that screen to refresh. Again, I'm picking my standard, any strategies or structures, the way the students are going to demonstrate their learning to me, what type of resource I'm using, and I can finish up typing the day's plans. If I can. Let's try plans. Alright, again, I want to save. At this point, let's pretend my whole team has been in. We have made much more beautiful lessons than I've made for you here. And we're ready. We've collaborated. These are good lessons. But we don't just stop here. First of all, principals don't view team planners. So if you stay in the team planner, they will never know that you actually have done any work. Secondly, the team planner is not protected with the levels of protection that our individual planners have. If all the team members get deleted, if all the team members get deleted, then my whole planner and all of its contents are deleted. So we do not want to solely use our collaborative workspace as our planners. It is only a collaborative workspace. We have to take another step. So I want to show you now how to copy to your own planner. First, I want to show you if you are in a team where you plan all of your courses together. Usually this is an elementary type of team. You can use the copy wizard to really quickly get all of the plans from the team planner into your own. Alright, so to switch to the copy wizard, I first have to come to my calendar here and view week's plans. It's in the weekly view that I can access my copy wizard. Before we do anything, I want you to remember that so far we've only demonstrated planning one day, not both, or not a whole week yet. So you can see on this Monday we've got those demonstration things I was putting in there. I can just click the copy week button if it is in my team planner on the exact same week I want it in my own planner. So I can go ahead and say copy week. This will copy the whole week to your planner. It'll make sure that you really want that. I can say okay. So now I want to switch to my individual planner to show you how it's there. I want to go back to that Monday by double clicking so I can go back to the daily view. And you can see that those courses that we planned together in the team planner are here. I see my standards we came up with together and all of those courses. However, my special entry that was not part of the team planner is still blank. It's only going to copy those things that are in my team planner and in my individual planner. Alright, I want to go back to the team planner because sometimes we don't want to copy the whole entire day or the whole entire week. Maybe it's just this math lesson that I want to copy. So instead of going to the copy wizard to do a more global kind of copy, I can simply choose to copy this math lesson to my planner on a certain date. So to do that, I go to the 2 sheets of notebook paper icon. It says send lesson 2. I'm going to pick a day in my planner. Let's pick September 25th. It'll ask me which entry in my planner I want that to land. And then I say okay. It'll remind me that if I'm sending this lesson to September 25th in my personal planner, it will append the lesson, which means it'll add it to anything I already have there. So if I had already made plans, or we've got the district template, that procedures, accommodations, notes, and reflections, it's just going to add to that. It won't override it. We'll talk again in the advanced video about a trick you can use so that you don't end up with 2 sets of procedure, accommodation, notes, and reflections. For most of us, we just aren't going to worry about that. No one is going to care if there's an extra set of those in our planner. I can go back to my own planner on the 25th, where I will now have only the math lesson. That's the only one I told it to copy. I have a personal choice I can make here. I can either just let it stay where it has 2 sets, because again, guys, no one is going to be bothered by that. If it bothers you personally, you can just delete, so that you only end up with 1. Again, I'm going to show you a fancy trick in the advanced video that's coming next for how you can overcome that. Okay, so from my team planner, I can either use my week view to access the copy wizard. I can choose just to click this copy week button, and it will take the same week in my team planner and put it on those exact same days in my own planner. Or I can come to the copy wizard to get a few more choices. I can choose to copy a whole entire day or a whole entire week. Maybe I'm copying a week that's not really the current week on the calendar. So I have a few choices here for how to copy to my own planner. Again, just like in our personal planners, the copy wizard is only useful if you want to copy a whole day. If you just want to copy one lesson, again, you want to be in the daily view. So you always double click to get back to a daily view. And you can click in any entry and choose that send lesson to icon. Choose the date on your planner where you want to send it. You get to choose which entry. Is it your reading workshop one or your writing workshop? It might be confused since in the team planner it's only called ELA grade 1. So I have to tell it I want this one in my reading entry. Say okay. So now when I switch back to my day, I'll be good to go. Okay. One thing I want to mention before this closes, and this will only apply to those of you who have situations like a reading workshop and a writing workshop. If I were to use the copy feature to copy this whole day or this whole week to my individual planner, the way it's going to deal with these ELA entries is it's just going to keep them in the same order. So if in my team planner, if our first ELA entry is our reading workshop, I want to make sure that that's my first ELA entry in my individual planner, because it's not going to care that I've renamed it. It won't know. It will only put them in the same order they are in the planner. And that is, again, only if I have 2 courses, like for reading workshop and writing workshop, that I want to copy, where I've renamed them in my own planner. When I copy from my team to my individual, they just have to be in the same order if I want them to land correctly. If I copy one lesson at a time, it's going to give me that choice of which course I want to send that to. Alright, one thing that we unfortunately cannot copy in a team planner is I could not plan this lesson here on September 24th and then just copy it to a different day in my team planner. The only choices I get in that copy wizard or I can copy to my own planner, which is the whole purpose of a team planner. It also says copy within the team, which confuses people, so I want to show you what this is. All this lets us do is, let's say, copy a week from last year to the next year. It only allows us to copy from one year to another. I cannot copy from September 24th, 2012 to September 26th, 2012. I know that this can be frustrating because sometimes we need to copy within our team planner. Maybe it's a lesson that's really several days. Maybe it's a lesson that we planned for Monday, but it turns out we really want to do it Wednesday or something. So I want to talk you through the rationale for this and what we do about it. While this is happening, I want to point out that every now and then, Forethought will just do something strange and throw up this pink pane here. If that ever happens to you and it's really annoying to you, just come over to your planner and click on a day again just to kind of refresh the screen, and it'll take that away. Sometimes when we click really fast, like I was doing a moment ago, it throws the screen off a little. Okay, so I want to come in and talk you through this copying. Okay, so I've planned this reading workshop in my team planner, in my collaborative space. It's kind of like we've just all worked together and we put it in our file cabinet under the September 24th folder. That does not mean that that's the date I have to teach it. It doesn't mean that that's the only day I can teach it. It just means that that's the date where it's stored in my team planner. I'm going to copy it to my individual planner on the date I really want it. If I want to make it be several days worth, I can use my own copy wizard to do that. So if for any reason you ever feel like you wish you could copy something within your team planner to a different date, just remind yourself that this is kind of like our collaborative file folder, and we're going to think of those dates as the folders where we've stored our plans. Alright, so that's it for copying. There are a few things that can impact our abilities to copy that I will address in the next video that will deal with some more advanced tips and tricks for the team planner. See you on that video. Thanks.